Health was defined in 1948 by the World Health Organization as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, not just the absence of disease or disability, and then amended in 1986 to be considered a resource for daily life, not a goal of living, as health is a positive concept focused on social and personal resources, as well as physical abilities. More recently, researchers have defined health as the body's ability to adapt to new threats and obstacles, based on the idea that modern science has significantly increased people's awareness of diseases, their nature, and how to deal with them. In any case, a healthy lifestyle is the best way to maintain physical and psychological health, as you should not wait for the disease to occur until one begins to take healthy lifestyles in your life. Health is affected by our daily choices, its impact extends to a lifetime, as maintaining it is a long process that enhances one's sense of intellectual, emotional, spiritual and social comfort, and when one feels well, one's potential and abilities are multiplied. 5 important figures for maintaining health. People in this age live a life full of numbers. Hardly a day goes by without using numbers and indicators, both on a personal and public level, and at all levels, but it is different in the field of health, although it is part of life, but some do not know the numbers that can save their lives. These figures are important because they indicate the health condition of the body and explain the occurrence of symptoms, which by monitoring and controlling them can maintain health, avoid many diseases, and thus save lives. 80/120ths of a millimeter of mercury. Normal pressure rate in the body is the ideal figure for the body's normal pressure rate, preferably measured periodically. Blood pressure is defined as the pressure that blood forms on the inner walls of the arteries in which it flows, as a result of the constriction and dilation of the heart. Blood pressure is measured by 2 readings, upper, known as systolic blood pressure, which represents pressure from arterial walls resisting blood flow during heart palpitations, and the lower blood pressure, which represents pressure during the blood full heartbeat between the heartbeats. Subsequently, we include blood pressure readings in mmHg and their connotations. 3. Blood pressure reading 120/80ths. Normal pressure 120/80ths to 139/89ths. Pre-diagnosis of blood pressure 140/90/159/99. Diagnosis of blood pressure, Phase 1, 160/100ths or more. Diagnosis of blood pressure, Phase 2, and to prevent high blood pressure reading is preferable to follow the following advice. 4. Reducing the amount of salt consumed. Do not drink alcohol. Blood pressure monitoring. Exercise. Eat a balanced diet. Maintaining a healthy weight. 101.6 and 88.9 centimeters waist circumference. Measure as the right figure to measure waist circumference if the waist circumference is 88.9 centimeters or more for women, and 101.6 centimeters or more for men. This means an increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, problems in the body's construction and demolition, high blood pressure, and increased cholesterol readings. 2. It is important to know that measuring waist circumference is easy to do personally, such as by surrounding the waistline or inflexible thread, and then taking the measurement of the tape by meter. 18.5 to 25 kilograms per square meter. BMI indicates body mass index, BMI, and expresses the result of dividing a person's weight by a square length. Being overweight leads to many health problems such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, diabetes, and excess weight puts pressure on the heart muscle, which is a burden on the heart during the performance of its functions, which is why this indicator is a useful tool for identifying weight-related problems. 3. The significance reading is less than 18.5. Less than normal weight 18.5 to 25. Normal weight 26 to 30. Weight gain more than 30 g 200 mg per deciliter. Useful cholesterol. This figure represents the ideal reading of useful cholesterol in the body. There's several types of cholesterol and not all of them are harmful. It is considered a type of fat, which is also a nutrient needed by the body, so the analysis of cholesterol finding, blood lipid analysis, as high-density cholesterol is measured, HDL, and low-density, LDL, and triglycerides, which together represent the level of body fat, lipid profile, and in the following table is an illustration of these readings in the milligram per deciliter unit and their connotations. 2. Normal reading type. Total cholesterol 200 HDL 50 or more for women, 40 or more for men. LDL 100 or less. Triglycerides less than 150%, less than 6%. Cumulative diabetic hemoglobin rate. The cumulative diabetic hemoglobin hemoglobin rate HbA1c, normal in people without diabetes, is less than 6%, but for diabetics, the normal rate should be less than 7%, 5, and for readings that can be performed through simple blood sugar measurement devices to know daily reading when not eating or fasting, the semantics of these readings can be divided according to the following table readings: 2, less than 100 normal, 100 to 125 pre-diagnosis of diabetes, 126 or more diabetes diagnosis. Factors that affect health. There are many psychological and physical factors affecting human health, and these factors have been classified into 3 sections. 1. The socioeconomic environment, monthly income, the nature of the social and educational status of society, the family, and the individual. Physical environment, such as the situation of the area in which the person lives, the status of the surrounding areas. The physical environment includes the rates of contamination of the environment in which the human being lives, or containing germs, e.g. parasites. A person's genetic and behavioral characteristics, including the genes that a person is born carrying, the lifestyle of his choice, and the relationships he or she forms with family or friends. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), the better the economic situation and social status of individuals, the more opportunities for them to enjoy health, education, and access to appropriate health care. On the other hand, low-income individuals are more likely to experience stress and anxiety related to daily living conditions. The organization has shown that people living in developed countries with universal health care have more life expectancy than people living in developing countries.